This is the ACC on ESPN, and on this big Monday, the number 3 Duke Blue Devils travel to Virginia and John Paul Jones Arena. It's a bid to strengthen their grip on first place in the conference, but it wasn't long ago this would be one of the biggest college basketball games all. Indeed they do. And we are underway as Virginia wins the opening tip. They are 2-2 in their last 4 games against Duke in this building.
But you talked about Obi. This has been one of the better matchups. Jon Scheyer made it very clear that his toughest games in his coaching career as an assistant as well as a head coach have been here in this building against Virginia.
Kofi up top here for Buchanan. On the baseline, they kick inside. They move the ball exceptionally well, but missed the shot in close. And Cooper Flagg comes away with a basketball. He's averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists per game. And he just won his 10th ACC Rookie of the Week award that ties the record. Pretty soon they're going to name that award after him.
It can absolutely happen, especially when you consider that he could also be ACC Player of the Year. You see great defense.
Kofi up top looking for a cutter. Virginia, in winning these last 3, they're kind of getting back to the Tony Bennett principles a little bit better.
Well, when you think about Virginia in their 13 wins, they're only giving up 58 points per game. But in their 12 losses, it's been 73. But this is what Virginia's doing better on the offensive end of the floor. This exact same possession we had when Kofi missed the layup earlier. This time, Blake Buchanan finishes it strong with the 2-hand flush.
Late in the shot clock, whittle that down, 5 or 6 seconds. Flagg on the drive, puts the shoulder down, banks it in. His first bucket, and puts Duke on the board.
And that's where Cooper Flagg can absolutely have an advantage. When you switch defensively in screen and roll action, he can take advantage of smaller players inside the paint.
McNeely, who's been hot, gets off to a hot start as he sinks a long one.
22 points for him last time out at Virginia Tech, where they were able to avenge a loss here on the home floor. And McNeely much more aggressive as of late on the offensive end. And Obi, when you're shooting 42% from 3, you should be.
Knipple has been kind of chilly. Last couple of games, he has not broken double figures. He's going to drive it. It's off the iron. Grabs his own miss. And before the shot, Kofi, the freshman, with the foul. Knipple at the line, where he is outstanding. It ain't come on the floor for Ron Sanchez. When he is on, he is a factor. He had 20. And Malawach with the rebound. James to the corner. Knipple will fire it up and swish it in.
And it's almost a perfect closeout by Rhodey. However, not close enough. You have to be in Kon Knipple's space to force him to not be able to get the basketball above his shoulders, because once he does, it's a great chance it's going to go down.
Now Duke has now made at least 1 3 in 1,251 consecutive games. But Virginia, Sion James keeps on trucking to the paint. He gets denied. Cooper Flagg wants that lane. That won't roll in. Battling for his own miss and spins it up and in.
You know, one of the commonalities and everyone talks about is how hard Cooper Flagg plays. And Obi, that's been the case since he was in the 8th grade, the first time I ever had a chance to spend time with Cooper. And you see it on that possession. He's the fastest to the second jump.
Wow, look at this. Rhodey, who's 41% from 3. He drills that to put the Hoos in front by 1.
Just like McNeely, in my opinion, Rhodey's another player that doesn't shoot enough. Once again, you're shooting 41% from 3. You should be looking to let it go every opportunity you get. Oh, that's a great pass.
And a great slam. Malawach. 50 dunks on the year, by the way. Duke's opponents in total have 34.
Up to 35 today with Blake Buchanan slamming the one home earlier. However, it's still a huge advantage. Malawach versus opposition.
Wow. Day Ames, who exploded for 27 against Pitt, has 4 quick points.
And Ron Sanchez talked to us about Day Ames earlier. Said, listen, I'm done trying to change players. I have to make them comfortable with being who they are. And you see Day very comfortable being a scorer early.
Cross it over. Proctor with the left hand. What a beautiful move that is for 2. And Knipple off the dribble. Trying to lean in. and use that window. Won't drop. The rebound tipped right to him. Misses again, but the stop by Brown cleans it up.
So, OB, when you see Malik Brown
gets rid of it here to Proctor. So no goaltend. Proctor with a step back in the three and hits the shot.
Tyrese Proctor stays confident.
Busted out for 15.7 rebounds in their big win against the Hokies on Saturday. On the drive, all the way through Rhodey. Got the angle. They had missed their last 4 shots.
Rare to...
Under 11 to go here in a quick moving first half. Gillis back out. Knipple will loft it and swish it in.
And Obi, it's a natural mistake, but Anthony, and now shooting 61.5% from the field.
Ames with a fall away from three-point land. That won't drop, but Duke comes away with it. A 21-14 lead, and looking to add to that, and they will, coming off the bench. Gillis again inside this time off the double fake. Grabs his own rebound, kicks it out. Knipple straight on. Malawach battling for it. It comes free in the corner. Evans got it. He knocks back a 3.
And watching it in.
And give Gillis a lot of credit, too, for digging so hard in that paint. So Virginia maybe in a danger zone on their home floor. Their big crowd is quieted. Rhodey off balance will draw the foul. The 6'6" junior from Milwaukee.
Mason Gillis gets 2 rebounds, and then, of course, Showtime Slim shows up with the basketball beyond the three-point arc.
True player. And his three-point accuracy way up. Looking to make a move. Shot clock down to 6. Gillis has trouble with it, hits the deck, gets it free. Shot clock at 2. Malawach with the rebound. Another offensive board for Duke. They're dominating there, Evans, and rattles in another 3. He's made a difference off the bench.
Offensive rebounding. Once again, you have 0 chance to beat the Blue Devils if you're going to give them multiple opportunities on the offensive end of the floor. Virginia did a great job defensively for 30 seconds, but didn't finish off the defensive possession.
Ultimately, very frustrating. McNeely, yes! Very quick release, and they need a whole lot more of that.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah, he said if I were 3 inches taller on a scout team, today I would have been Cooper Flagg.
And then we said, yeah, if you were 3 inches taller, you wouldn't be here right now because you would probably been an NBA All-Star weekend.
That's right. Flagg on the attack, lays it in, not to be denied.
That left hand again. We've talked about that. Of course, you and I have had the opportunity to do a lot of Duke games.
Just a couple.
And that left hand, he is so comfortable going to the basket, using that offhand and guiding it right into the rim.
With all those games, I think I've seen him take maybe 1 ill-advised shot, as that'll be backed in for 2 by Robinson.
Program over the last 16 years, Anthony Robinson continues to develop each and every day.
And it's zipping along.
This is normally how Virginia games go. They don't foul a lot. And so Duke is meeting him with that. They're not putting Virginia on the line either. So both these teams playing great offense. And that's another example of Malik Brown being a playmaker
away. Tough D there by Evans. Duke with a couple of big blocks here in the first half. James will penetrate, bank it in, and he's off to the foul line looking for a 3-point play.
Obi, we talk about the big 3 for the Blue Devils.
Tulane is one of Duke's true guards who stands 6'6".
Pads in the helmet.
He's got that physique.
He absolutely does, and he's got the mentality as well.
Looks like a linebacker. Saunders on the back down, out of the double. Here's Rhodey, wide open, cashes in a triple.
But great play.
You know, Virginia has actually played at a very high level here in the first half, and yet they're down 37-25.
The issue is trying to stop Duke on this end of the floor. That's the problem. And again, it's not as though really anyone's been able to do it as Cooper goes to that left hand once again. But the Blue Devils.
As we mentioned many times over the last decade plus, this game between Virginia and Duke would go a long way to determining who would win the ACC regular season title.
Well, these are the 2 teams that had the most wins in ACC action and most and done.
By the way, Virginia has allowed 40 or 39.
And I have to go back and revisit. One team has scored 40 against Virginia.
Up again. Knipple back in. He was the hot hand early. Driving inside and rolls in two.
And Kon Knueppel is much more than just a shooter. He shows off his ability to be able to attack the basket. But at least Virginia's now giving up a number of those against the Blue Devils in this game.
Malowitz trying to keep that alive, but batted it right to Rhodey. And quickly on the other end, going for the slam, Saunders, but could not do it.
That's the way you attack the basket. The second missed dunk for Virginia throughout wanting a call. And honestly, Obi, when you attack the basket like that, normally if you miss, you get the benefit of the doubt and there's a call made.
Take a look.
And he goes up. I don't really think there's much contact there, to be completely honest. But you look at the last two possessions where Buchanan didn't get the finish and then Saunders doesn't get the finish. Those are two opportunities you've had to cut into the lead.
Flag going to, after his own miss, will turn and fire and swishes it in.
So John Shire went NBA style on that one, Obi. They went 2 for 1. They went quickly to see if they could.
Rhodey outside to Buchanan. 9 to get off a shot. Ames, who's been pretty quiet, toe-to-toe and right around Proctor, but can't finish it. Rebound tapped high several times. A battle for that. Ames from the corner will launch and drains it.
Huge momentum play for the Hoos heading into the halftime locker room, giving Duke a taste of its own medicine on the offensive glass, and it ends up being a big three for Day-Day Ames in the corner.
Minutes or so of the second half when you're playing Duke. Proctor off the fake. Knueppel had a nice first half. He'll drive it, keep on going for 2.
And you have to honor him, but once he productive already, you mentioned Cooper with a double-double in the first half, and Kon Knueppel now with 12 points.
Flag with a touch. 10 points, 11 rebounds already. Looking for that window again for 2 more. Both of those guys, Knueppel and Flag, use the backboard.
The best team in the country. You can't continue to have useless turnovers as such.
Duke coming in number 3. Here's Proctor. Got it.
Look at that. And fortunately for Virginia, Tyrese Proctor hasn't had the big performance like he had 17 against Stanford on Saturday in the first half.
Duke is now led by 20 or more in 17 of their 26 games. A whistle here with 17:42 to go. Lina over the weekend, a stunner given it was a complete blowout.
All of it. And honestly, UConn was just a better team yesterday. I mean, there's no excuses to be made. Dawn won't ever make excuses. Out. Breaks their 71-game winning streak. After the game, she comes out and makes the tour around the court for all the fans to take selfies and take pictures with her. And again, amazing to show that type of course. My sisters Andrea Carter, Sinead Bumake talk about has South Carolina taken the torch from UConn. And everyone kind of felt like they had. Gino, Paige Beckers, Hazy Flood, they felt differently about that, and they made sure to let it be known yesterday.
It's really Fudge hit 28. Knueppel on the drive, and that one denied. Kofi got up there high for the block, and stolen away by Cooper Flag. He went for the dunk. Face Robinson.
And a great play by Robinson to deny that opportunity, not allowing Flag another highlight finish as we've seen throughout this season.
That looked like another one on the list, but Robinson said no, 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 not at my house.
And I love the fact that Anthony Robinson didn't say, oh, that's Cooper Flag, let me get out of the way. He meets him at the clean block there. Maybe that can get some momentum built in Virginia's favor.
Day-Day Ames with a scoop at 2.
Turns into 2 points on the other end of the floor.
Day-Day Ames trying to get rolling. Off target there and knocked out a play by the Duke Blue Devils. 15:59 to go here at Virginia.
Some juice in the building right now, and this is what started it. Anthony Robinson meeting Cooper Flag at the summit, denying the opportunity, and Day-Day Ames capitalizing on the offensive end. Champion for the Blue Devils in the building today, and the lineage is strong. His 2 sons, Cameron and Caden, will both be Blue Devils next season.
Not 1, but 2.
Yes.
A big man and a point guard. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Flag dumping it downstairs and a slang by Gungbud.
4-game absence and has gained some experience.
Knueppel hit the deck there on the loose ball. Here's Proctor. Knueppel gets back into the play and sinks it, a 3-pointer.
And part of the problem when Knueppel goes down a strength standpoint, Patrick Gumba gives Duke a lot of punch on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, Duke punching back after that flurry. Great ball movement, and count that one. That will be interference. And
we saw Kamau bring the ball down earlier. Patrick Gumba keeps it high, gets it on the glass quickly, and ends up getting the goaltending call.
Yeah, good idea. 6'11", backed in by Rody. By the way, Cooper Flagg over the top. Saunders, that one interrupted. Duke got back really well defensively to break it up.
Yeah, how about the play by Knipple? Not allowing the lob to go through, continuing to pursue as Cooper Flagg just bullies Andrew Rody to the back.
He's a cancer survivor, many-time cancer survivor. He's the toughest guy I know.
And not only to be able to ring the bell, but to be able to do it with his granddaughter.
Yes.
Granddaughter, of course, plays tennis at Duke. Grandson as well. Has 3 grandchildren at Duke.
It's a great tennis family.
Yeah, but when you consider to be able to do that in front of all of your family being there with you, even more impressive that the Blue Devils were able to pull that off.
Swished in by Evans.
Point arc, similar to what he did against Auburn when he made 6 threes in the first half, and which, of course, was a huge win for the Blue Devils, their best win of the season thus far.
Day Ames to the other side of the iron and the foul ends. Gets it done. Such a veteran official.
That's the kicker when you
got it out of there somehow. Here's Foster. And he grabs another rebound. Knipple with another board. They have been a monster on the glass, and he'll draw the foul.
Offensive rebounding once again has been a Stipple's mother, Sherry, played at Wisconsin Green Bay, the same play at Wisconsin Green Bay, who played for his father, as did Sherry's older brother, played with Tony Bennett.
And Kniple's uncles formed a playing group, not music, but basketball, the Flying Knipples, a popular 3-on-3 tournament team. As Saunders launching and knocks back a 3.
The problem is they have not been able to get stops against this Duke team, and Virginia shouldn't feel bad about that because no one has been able to do it this season, as Duke is the only team in the NCAA that scores over 80 as Showtime Slim knocks down his 5th three-point field goal.
Him down on that baseline. Nice pass and the stuff by James.
But how about the cut from Sion James, where, of course, you expect for offensive players to stay and space the floor in the corner. But with the head turn of serve as a athletic director in ACC history, so Virginia at the forefront of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And as a proud alum, I have to give a shout out to Carla Williams, recently signing a contract extension here for the great work that she's done at the University of Virginia.
What a great school it is. An absolutely gorgeous campus.
So, Obi, this is where I got to correct you on that one. All right.
Not a campus, right?
See? I think we have the most beautiful grounds.
Grounds, yes. And you don't have freshmen, sophomores. You have first year, second year, right? That's
athletically, it's okay to be freshman, sophomore. But when you're on grounds, it is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and now super 5th year. I guess that's what it's called. I'm not really sure.
All right.
Career at University of North Carolina, Charlotte, playing for Ron.
84% at the line. He is 13. And Proctor across midcourt. Cooper Flagg with a double-double. Knipple has 17 points. Flagg will back it out. A crossover. Making a move. He'll draw the foul by Kofi.
Where his advantage was against Jacob Kofi. Off of Cooper Flagg missed free throws.
And he makes sure they're not getting bacon yet.
And there will be no bacon for you.
He has 17, along with 14 rebounds, his 7th double-double. Get it down low, Robinson. He knows. Cooper Flagg again. Here it comes, and left it short. And Robinson, who's really starting to come into his own at this point in the season with the rebound.
He really is, and got a lot of experience with Elijah Saunders out for the first Jason Tatum Elite Camp. And I had Cooper Flagg, A.J. DeBonsta, Tyron Stokes, B.J. Edgecombe, Cam Scott, and Darion Reed, who's at Alabama. And, of course, they had a substitute. That group beat Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, Paolo Banchero, Jet Howard, and Cam Whitmore. And so not only did they beat them once, they had to wait until the end to play them again and beat them a second time. And that's truly where Cooper Flagg's name became national once the story started to fly.
Up to 75 and counting. Cooper Flagg with 17 points and 14 rebounds. Con Knipple is 17 points. He's mentioned Evans with 15. And a big performance here tonight, and a foul by Virginia.
Points attacking the offensive rebounding and getting multiple possessions. Virginia never.
McNeely, the junior, makes it 70. Foster to bring it across. He got some minutes in the Stanford game on Saturday and shot the ball really well. He'll draw the foul.
Yeah, and scored in double figures for the first time in a very long time, and now an opportunity to get into the scorebook here. But with any team, and we see it with Malik Brown, overall seed, lost DeAndre Hunter going into the NCAA tournament
earlier tonight and went to the locker room. He came back out. You may not have been able to tell, but he's wearing a sling. And we'll have more on that on ESPN after the game. I'm sure more on the injury.
And it'll be TJ Power on the floor for Virginia.
On Malik. Such a superb defender.
That will be the dark cloud over a great game for the Blue Devils on the road here today. But with the uncertainty.
He knows that it's a shoulder injury. That's all we're being told. As Sharma goes to the line.
I tell him every time I see him, never let him take your confidence, my man. He comes in ready to. Mason Gillis as well. He's going to play through it, but I'm sure Jon Scheyer doesn't like seeing Gillis limping around.
Such a steadying presence. And a foul here with 1:42 to go. And we'll drop 1 for 8 against Cal and 2 for 8 against Virginia.
Yeah, he actually is a lefty, throws in the high 80s and played a little baseball, went out with the Blue Devils a season ago.
No longer does. Nifty move there by Evans to lay it in. He's really had a fine.
Highly rated coming out of high school, playing in what could be considered garbage time, having an issue with it, but not him. He's looking to still get buckets and build on to his resume during his time with the Blue Devils.
Well, under Tony Bennett, that's 500 games at Virginia, only allowing teams to score 80 or more points, 12.
Ron Sanchez is dealing with a different group when you consider that this Virginia team is extreme. The fact that this is a very young, inexperienced team. The transfers coming in didn't play huge minutes in their previous spot. So a lot of first times for this Virginia team as Ron Sanchez tries to navigate them throughout this season.
Well, I'm not alone in saying this in this building, certainly, but I miss the recent history and the long history of this being such a big game. Duke and Virginia here in this arena, like maybe the ACC coming right down to this contest.
I don't think you're alone in this building for missing that.
That's for sure. Well, Duke rolls again, 80-62, the final score tonight. We've got Arizona and Baylor coming your way next as Duke improves to 23-3 and 15-1 in the ACC. Cooper Flagg with a double-double tonight.